Domestic violence impacts hundreds of people in our area every day. And tonight we take an exclusive look at one family and the impact the issue has had on them.
You may remember this case. Holly Litos' father, Mark Faville, was charged with voluntary manslaughter of his wife, Holly's mother, 13 years after her death. Faville went on trial last April. He was found guilty, but then took his own life minutes after the verdict while still in the courthouse.
Nearly a year later, Holly is giving her mother a voice. WSLS 10's Dawn Jeffries has our special report.
Holly and I talked regularly over the last year since the trial in April, but only now did she want to do an interview. She wants to tell her family's very personal story to get people talking about this very difficult topic.
And they put a memorial. This was her school picture from that.
16 years after her mother's death, Holly Litos is speaking out in a way her mother never could.
We talk about cancer, we talk about all of these other huge, devastating, tragic things that happen in our local communities, but domestic violence it's like the big elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about because it doesn't come in a neat, tidy little package.
In one of the largest, most comprehensive studies on intimate partner homicide to date, researchers in 2005 found only about 5% of the victims contacted a local domestic violence program in the year before they were killed. Holly is on a mission to change that, to give a voice to victims through her own family story. It started in 2000 when Holly's mother, Ann Faville, died. A medical examiner ruled the Salem elementary school teacher choked on a piece of food. But 13 years later, a second medical examiner ruled her death a homicide. Holly's father, Mark Faville, was charged with voluntary manslaughter. It was during his trial last year, Holly says, she first gave her mother a voice from the witness stand.
I got to sit on the witness stand and actually read a journal entry that she had written. It was in her handwriting talking about finally getting to be free. And it felt like I was speaking for her. It really did. I found a voice on the witness stand that it didn't feel like it was me. It felt like she was sitting right there telling everybody what had happened.
Holly tells me she'd never felt so empowered. A Montgomery County jury found Mark Faville guilty, but seconds later, he took his own life as deputies led him to a holding room.
We didn't have very long to process the verdict. We hadn't even fully made it out into the hallway, leaving the courtroom, when something, we didn't know what it was, but a lot of people started yelling, and we just kind of ran.
An unimaginable story Holly knows she can't rewrite for her own family, but hopes to change the ending for someone else.
Help other women that might be in a situation where they feel like they don't have a voice, to help them find a voice.
She's raising awareness and talking about a topic so widespread. 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men have been a victim in their lifetime, yet few ever discuss it.
Oftentimes it is so quiet and it is so hidden under the surface. And I mean, our own story, people never would have known. People never would have known what my mom was going through until it was over and until we wound up in a courtroom testifying for her.
Holly now volunteers with the Women's Resource Center in Radford, a source of help and hope for women who need to take a difficult step. She's planning a fitness and health fundraiser later this year.
I decided to set up a fundraiser in my mom's memory that will directly benefit the Women's Resource Center, to put the word out about domestic violence awareness and how prevalent it is and how we don't talk about it enough.
A way to honor her mother and keep the conversation going so love wins. That fundraiser Holly was talking about will take place in October. She's focusing on health and fitness because that was important to her mother at the time of her death. We'll keep you updated on the details. In the studio, Dawn Jeffries, WSLS 10.